friends. Hope you're doing well. This is an RAV Moon. Super beautiful instrument. I'm going to change this light so it's a little easier to see. There we go. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, this instrument is made by RAV Vast. It's about 6 months old, so they've been around for a bit now. And yeah, they're absolutely beautiful instruments. Highly recommended. Hey, Doran, how's it going? Yep, all settled in. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. All settled in the new place. It's a beautiful spot. I like having a music room, so it's kind of nice to have a space that's dedicated to that. Really enjoying it so far. Thank you, Pineapple Willie, I appreciate that. Some of you guys in here, but I'm in Cape Cod, Massachusetts right now. Indiana, nice. Colorado, very cool. I've never really been to much of Colorado. Hawaii, very cool. I know it is. It has gotten a little out of hand, hasn't it? The reason why too is I work with a lot of handpan makers, and they want their instruments to be seen, so it's part of the gig. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, and the same thing for the RAVs as well. I also teach on all these different scales as well. And it's good to have the instrument that I'm teaching on be the same as the one as the student has. So I want to show you guys, aside from this beautiful RAV Moon, this is a new instrument for me. And I think it's probably one of the best sounding handpans I've ever played. Super beautiful, and it's a multi-scale handpan. So you can play it as a Celtic. You could also play it as a Kurd. You could play it as a pentatonic. Or you could play it as a Hijaz. Super beautiful sound. But listen to how sort of airy and flowing it is. This track is going to be on the new album. I haven't posted about that yet, but coming out eventually, hopefully this winter. Give you guys a preview track. Oh, the Rudraksha? Yes. I love Rudraksha. I appreciate that. It has a very interesting carry. The sound is absolutely beautiful. Super impressed by it. Let's see. Miss me thing. I appreciate you, brother. It's nice because it has a nice bloom to the center note, and the shoulders are tuned too. nice because it can bounce between Hijaz and all of these different scales at one time. So I feel like I haven't even begun to understand the scale, but very fun. Have you thought or tried to put other instruments? Yeah, for sure. I have a couple albums. Wild Spaces is my most recent one. It was just me, and I recorded all the album outdoors. The album before that, if you look for Lux Natura, Luxnatura, or you just look for Rewild Your Soul on Spotify. I have 3 albums up there, but Lux Natura, the album, has mandolin and flute on it as well. And I play all sorts of instruments, so this next album is going to be a lot more world music, so I want sitar, saz, all of that. So, but this instrument is amazing. I'm absolutely in love with this particular one. I also have grown to love this instrument quite a bit, and I will show you that. So this is an instrument I didn't connect with a lot about a year ago. This is a snare de mono. And this one, I just didn't connect with the scale. It's an Aegean, but it's a different version of it, so. But I've really grown to like this scale. Movement available, right? So does each one come with its own scale? Yeah, so basically they pick a scale and they stick it on an instrument. So this one's an Aegean, which is kind of like a minor scale. There's major scales that sound happy. The only major scale I have here, actually I don't have one in here. These are all mostly minor scales, but basically they pick a set of notes that sound like they work together and stick them on that instrument. So. Yes. If you look on the Wild Spaces album, it's the 5th song on that track. Yeah, if anybody's interested in my music, Rewild Your Soul, just look on Spotify, you'll be able to find my music on there. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think after recording this last album in caves and old buildings, in the rain, and it's interesting to hear how the sound changes so much depending on the setting you're in. I'm going to play you guys a track that was the first track on the last album. And I played this tune in an abandoned factory. And it's one of my favorite tracks on the whole album, so I'm going to scooch this over a little bit. I actually have one of these for sale at the moment, so if anyone's interested in an F2 Pygmy, that's really nice. I have one with just the top half, so let me play that for you. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so on the album, I actually recorded it in an old factory, so the reverb on the album is very fun. Name Hong. So this is not a Hong. This is a handpan. The one behind me is a Hong. So this is what a Hong sounds like. I can show you. That instrument's not from Switzerland, but the original one is. This is a Penart Hong. See, Penart Hong. And this was made in 2009. Very different sound. Back then, nitrided steel, so it sounds more ceramic, was the preferred sound. And nowadays, that's not the case. But listen to how different the sound of this is versus that. Hong is actually a trademarked word, so you can't use that in terms for other instruments that are handpans. What instruments have you guys tried before, aside from the handpan? Bagpipes, really? That's awesome. Keyboard, very cool. All much harder to play than the Hong and the handpan. I find that my guitar background made it a lot easier for me to start writing on these instruments, whereas some other people struggle. Agreed, very special. The Hong has its own sort of flavor, and this has never been retuned as well. This is originally what it sounded like. I actually got this in a trade. Amazing. And it's under contract still. So I can send it back to be retuned by them if I want to. After this song, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the anatomy of a handpan. For those that are in here now, what type of videos would you be interested in seeing me do? I'm kind of posting something every day on my YouTube channel to kind of reawaken the page. What types of videos would you like to see? It doesn't have to be handpan related, it could be just music related as well. I agree, I would love to hear handpan and bagpipes together. screenshot that. If I ever make it down to West Virginia, I was actually down there recently, but it'd be fun to, if you pick up bagpipes again, I'd be very curious to play along with them. So, is there a particular scale you guys want to hear? I have most scales, so if you know of handpan scales and you want to hear something on it, I would love to play that for you. So, this was a pan out hound, by the way. This is the original instrument that kind of started all the interest in such things. Yeah, pick a scale that you'd like to hear. In the interim, I think I'm going to play a C chord. A7. I could probably find an instrument with an A7. This one probably has an A on it. I like it. This one is a C minor. And it's probably one of my favorite instruments right now, just because there's something called a bloom. So when you hit the center note, there's this bloom that comes out, and it's really activating the octave note. So handpans essentially have a note in the center that's also on the side. So in this case, yeah, I can definitely do D chord. These two notes cause it to ring out. So on some instruments, some makers like to have that. Hear when I block it. Some makers like this, some makers don't. I personally like it because I like to use it in my music. But because of that, you can kind of build this wall of sound. Ironically, this is originally made in Bern, Switzerland, but it's based off of the Caribbean steel drum. So Trinidad and Tobago, and then eventually Switzerland after that. And now it's all over the world. People were making it. Back in the day, it was just a handful of makers, and really early on, it was just Pan Art, the company in Bern, Switzerland. So this song that I'm going to play is called Soul of Faction, and it's off my album Wild Spaces that you can look up on Spotify. Just look Rewild Your Soul. Wild Spaces is the first album that'll pop up. It was recorded outside. This is a C minor Sonido da Mano handpan. piezo magnetic pickups that you can stick on that. I actually have one that I use for live performances sometimes. They also have one it's basically a synth handpan. So they have samples of handpan noises in it. This is kind of fun. If you're playing on stage, it's hard to get the right miking situation as well. So a pickup really helps to increase the quality of sound in a loud place. So if I'm playing on a big stage, I prefer to have microphones and an electric pickup as well. This is my favorite part of the song. It's called Soul-Faction, S-O-U-L, faction. Let's see, what am I missing? Anything good? Short how-tos and riffs, I like that. Yes, it kind of is EDM-ish, that's kind of why I like this particular song. That was the goal, was to make it like that. You could include your videos, one non-pan instrument as well. Great idea, I like that. Yeah, anything you guys think of for video ideas, feel free to write me on Instagram or on, or even on YouTube comments as well. I'm looking for whatever ideas you have. I have a bunch myself. If you haven't watched the video yet, there's so many different sounds that come from the ding. This is called a ding. And S-O-U-L-A faction, F-A-C-T-I-O-N, all one word. On Spotify and you'll find it. So, I did a video comparing 20 of just this note across all of these instruments, and it was really wild to hear it. If you go on the top of my most recent post on my page, you can subscribe and find it there. Let me grab another instrument for you guys to hear. Any requests? I could do maybe an F pygmy. I like this guy a lot. So this is made by a company that doesn't make them anymore. If you can't find it to Skinny Rogers, I'm happy to message you. If you just message me on Instagram, I can find it. If anyone wants to follow my Instagram, Rewildyoursoul is my Insta. This is an F pygmy, so there's some bottom notes. This song was also off the album. This was the title track for the album, Wild Spaces. A tenacious D, yes. There's actually one of the scales that I have that's down here kind of will work on Wonder Boy. It's like almost that particular song. So Tenacious D is a classic. I haven't watched Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny in a very long time, but on one of my favorite Munchie sort of movies. So I'll report back. I'll try to figure it out and I'll report back to you. For sure, for sure. Also, if anybody, I mean, probably not if you're on here, but if anybody has local connections wherever they live to places to play, this summer I'm going to be doing a trip across the US and performing in smaller venues just for fun. So be sure to message me if you have connections, or if you're in Europe as well. I might try to get to Europe at some point as well to do some touring, so we shall see. This song is Wild Spaces. It's an F pygmy, so it's not nitrided steel, so the sustain's different. So if anybody is interested in one of two instruments, I have one instrument for sale. Actually, I have two instruments for sale, but one's kind of reserved at the moment. This is an F2 Pygmy star pan. Thank you so much, appreciate that. Let's see, welcome to Live Chart Mode. Hey, buddy. Handpan or steel tone drum chat? Both, whatever you would like to use. I have all of them around me, so I'm happy to pull out whatever. See what I missed here. Bloody hell, that mixed bag. Glad you liked it. I'm happy to crawling in my skin. Linkin Park would be very fun. Living the dream. I agree. I hope you're doing well. I am man. So I appreciate the kindness, guys. This instrument's for sale currently, if anybody's interested in an F2 Pygmy. I played a song on a different one a little while ago, but I'll just give you a sound sample. So if anyone's interested in this, please be in touch. Also, for anybody that's joining now, if you haven't watched my ding comparison, even if you don't watch the whole 11 minutes, it helps me if you just comment on that video and like it. I'm trying to wake up my channel again because I kind of was slacking on posting videos for a while. So if you haven't subscribed, I would love if you subscribed, you liked some of the content, and at least comment on the most recent video. I would love that. I think that's a totally reasonable price, $1. Please play an S. The Axiom is pretty darn nice. I'll consider that, Doran. I'll consider that. I do love your Axiom. I haven't traded a handpan in a very long time. Okay. Yeah, no, it's true. I think now that I'm moved and I have a dedicated workspace, it's going to be a lot easier. I'll give you guys a little tour of the room here. So I have my handpans, RAVs, have a good recording space. It's going to be a lot easier for me to do the things that I want to be doing now. So looking forward to that. Do you have any? I just played for like 5 minutes. Let me find. So what scale would you guys want to see? I am man. Pick a scale. That's strange that you haven't been getting my recommendations on that. I can play you guys a Kurd. I can play you. What would you like to hear? Maybe I'll play this. Play a jazz. Do I have any majors? I do have a major scale. Let me see if I can find the major. I haven't played any major things today. Let me find it. 1 second. There we go. So this is a major scale. It's a D major. The Moons are such wild instruments. I find it so interesting, this type of stream, you get people that are outside of your subscriber base. So I find it fascinating that so many random people join these, because I have a very particular set of people that usually join my lives. But I like it, it's good for growing things. just for comparison as well. You've been around for a long time, man. 100%. 100%. The moon is not your material on the RAV Vast. Some of it will transfer, but it's better for slower playing. I'm going to play you just to compare the same song on a D major and listen to how different it sounds. I'm just going to grab a D major handpan. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. I'm back. So the D major handpan, because of the shorter sustain, you can basically approach it completely differently than the moon. I think the moon that I connect the most with is the RAV Moon, Hejaz, and a couple of the other ones. The Integral's a good scale. They're all good. You just have to think of them as a different instrument than a handpan or a different instrument than the RAV, and then they're not too bad to play. This instrument's also for sale. This is a D major. It's a really nice shoulder as well. It's unusual for shoulders to be this clean. I really like this one. But listen, this is the same song. This song actually was on Lux Natura, the one with the mandolin that I mentioned before. So listen to this. If you haven't seen my 20 handpan ding comparison, please comment on it, write hello or something, and that helps me out a lot. It's the most recent video on my channel. This is that same song. It's called Symmetry. Completely different feeling. And it's weird to play it without a mandolin player as well. My friend Aaron's usually playing with me on these. Wild how different it sounds between the two, you know. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that probably the best sounding of the moons, I really like the Hejaz, I really like the Pygmy, and I also really like honestly the only one I don't super connect with is the D Russ scale. And it's not because I dislike that, that particular scale on the moon I don't connect with. But doesn't mean that it's not a good scale. So yeah, there's something beautiful about this as well. The RAV pans were funny because they were using SPB shells, so the shells are really good quality. But the argument people made was that these have pressed tone fields. So some people are like, pressed tone fields are horrible. Some people were like, oh, they're fine. So there's a debate about what the quality of it was because of that, but some of the biggest makers like Shellopan use pressed tone fields, so it's not an indicator of quality at all. So okay, if anybody is interested, Rewild Your Soul is my name on Spotify and also Instagram. You can follow me there. If you have ideas for videos or instruments you want to see, I play like 50 instruments, so I plan on putting more of that content out. And if you're interested in lessons and you have a handpan and you're looking to write music and create, I'd be happy to work with you. You can be one of the 20 plus students I work with a week. And you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. I always appreciate all the cool people that I meet in these streams and people I see again. So hope everyone has a good morning or a good night. And I will be back on here soon. And please do write a comment on the most recent video. That will help me out if I get, you know, a handful of comments. Even the 13 of you that are watching, just write hello and the 20 handpan or 20 ding comparison video, and that helps me out a ton. So appreciate you all. Hope you have a great night, and check out my music on iTunes and Spotify. Thanks guys, appreciate you. See you soon. Thanks for hanging out.